Yes,
Smirnoff.
I'm drinking Hibiki tonight. Some Japanese whiskey.
Oh, that's fancy. I got a little ghetto drink. Smirnoff pineapple coconut. Smirnoff. Wait, Eva, where did you go?
Some Japanese whiskey. Can you see me?
No. Smirnoff pineapple coconut. Smirnoff. Wait, Eva, where did you go?
Some Japanese whiskey.
I see you now.
Can you see me?
No. Yeah. Oh no, not right now. Pineapple coconut. Smirnoff. Wait, Eva, where did you go?
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Oh no, not right now. Should I look in my camera? Is that where I should look to look at you?
Yeah. Can you see me now?
I can see.
I gotta figure out where we have feedback coming from.
Not right now. Should I look in my camera? Is that where I should look to look at you?
Yeah. Can you see me now?
I can see.
I gotta figure out where we have feedback coming from.
Not right now. Should I look in my camera? Is that where I should look to look at you?
Yeah. Can you see me now? And then it just keeps repeating.
I hate hearing the sound of my voice.
Yeah. Can you see me now? I gotta figure out where we have feedback coming from. And then it just keeps repeating.
Should I look in my camera? We went back out.
Can you see me now? And then it just keeps repeating. I gotta figure out where we have feedback.
I hate hearing the sound of my voice.
It keeps repeating. Yeah. Can you see me now?
We went back out.
I gotta figure out where we have feedback coming from. And then it just keeps repeating.
We went back out.
And then it just keeps repeating. Okay, you can see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
I don't know what in the world's going on.
I know.
Okay, I'm trying to see if we're still even live. Are you looking on your screen?
I'm looking at my screen. I can see you, but nothing. I don't see it. Oh, it does say live. It says live on my screen.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. That was rough. I don't know what was going on there. All right. Let us know how we sound in the chat room. Do we sound okay? Is there an echo? Katie Canino says, yes, you are live. Y'all are live. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. So I'm here with AI the Great. For those of you who may not know who she is, we'll link her channel information in the description box below so you guys can subscribe to her channel. So Bowtie is gone this evening and he'll be joining me tomorrow night on live. So I thought it would be a lot of fun to come on with another lady, with another queen and do live. So we're just gonna chop it up tonight and we both have a cocktail. What do you have, AI?
My Smirnoff pineapple coconut.
You taking it easy this evening. Taking it easy. Okay, I have Japanese whiskey tonight, which is really good. This is a really good whiskey. It's actually Hibiki is what I'm having tonight. Fancy. Really nice, smooth whiskey. So I guess before we dig in deep, we must say rest in peace to DMX. How sad. I was telling AI before we came on that my son texted me and he said, oh my God, Prince Philip died. Is that his name, y'all? Correct me if I'm wrong. And I said, oh, that's sad. And I was busy. I was working outside. And then he texted me back and he said, and DMX. And I was like, oh, no.
That's when it hit hard.
Yeah, like my heart broke. I was like, oh my God, just thinking about like that takes me back to my youth, and so sad. So sad. So Verna has wine. Agent S, I'm sipping water trying to stay hydrated. Yes, I that's all I have drank today because I was outside. It was actually like 80 here today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be 50 tomorrow. Where are you, AI?
In New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So is it still cool there?
Today, it's been really nice, but today it got really cold. But I'm still wearing sandals. I'm tired of wearing shoes. I need my toes out.
I know. I think I'm ready for a little sandal action. I just got my toes. Well, I painted my toes white, so put the little white.
Mine are white too. But yeah. I went to the nail salon for the first time since. Well, no. So twice I've been to the nail salon during the pandemic. Once in July, and then last Saturday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you haven't been to the nail salon
in years.
Oh.
No, I have my whole a whole little get up here. I have I have a couple of these.
Yeah, you did do a video about that, how you save money.
The lamps and gel polish, and I just don't go. It's such an inconvenience for me to go. For some people it's really relaxing, but it's kind of an inconvenience for me. So I do them at home, but I love, what, last year I figured out that I love white toes in the spring and summer. They just don't look so good with
clean. It goes with everything. I love it.
Yes, so I do white. Every now and again I'll do chrome toes because when I used to go to the nail shop, I used to like to get chrome toes in the summer. But I bought my own chrome powders off Amazon. And I'll do my own chrome toes. And they're expensive at the nail salon, right?
Yeah, it's like $50.
Yeah, but it's so easy to do when you do it at home. And to me, it lasts longer because when I was getting it done at the nail salon, like when I would get the silver chrome, the silver would start to rub off and you could see the black polish underneath. But for some, what I do stays on longer. So yeah. Yeah, Verna, thank you. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. That's something I always forget to say.
Even in your videos.
I never say it, right? Yeah. I should get better at saying that. I really should. Someone sipping peppermint tea. I love peppermint tea. I love tea, period.
Yeah, tea's definitely fried.
Michelle, thank you, Michelle. She says my two favorite ladies on YouTube.
Aww.
So you were saying that your newest addiction now is with Mimo and
Kriegler.
I don't have anything from Kriegler.
You know what it is with Kriegler? They're only sold on Kriegler.com or at like the Four Seasons. In New York, it's sold at the Plaza Hotel. So it's like certain hotels that will carry them. And like I said, online, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to have to check those out. Are they really good, strong fragrances? Or?
Yeah, they're all extracts. They're really pricey, but they started in like 1919. Like they're really vintage. Like some of them are vintage. They have aldehydes and it's definitely a vibe. They're different, but I love them. Like the one that I have two. I have Abracadabra, that one was made in 2021. But the other one that I actually really, really love is English Promenade. That was Audrey Hepburn's signature scent. It's like an orange scent. I love anything orange blossom.
Yeah, I do too. Neroli and orange blossom.
That has neroli, orange blossom, vanilla, and some other notes, but it smells so good.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to try some of those.
Yeah.
And you said it's sold in the Four Seasons.
In LA, they have it in the Four Seasons in LA. Up
Mm.
in New York, they're in the Plaza Hotel. So they're in like the ritzy hotels and on the website.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to Vegas actually in about 7 days. And
Oh,
so the one thing I'm really excited about is doing some fragrance shopping there. If there's anybody in here in Vegas, y'all let me know where I need to be to find some nice fragrances. So I'm excited about that. Um, so to in order for the people to get to know us a little better, do you get a lot of crazy questions in your in your comments?
the crazy questions are, what do you do for a living? Like that, people always want to know what you do for a living. And
Yeah.
I just think certain things are just too personal.
Yeah. Yeah. People ask me that a lot. I don't mind telling people, but the one I always get is, when can we see your husband? And
Oh, really?
yeah. I'm like, never. He's for me.
Like we saw a picture of him though.
Huh?
We saw a picture of him.
Have you guys saw a picture of him?
Yeah, it was 20, I'm gonna tell you, 2019 when you
New
did the
Year.
whole New Year's, when you had that
Yeah.
gown on. At
Yeah.
the very end of the video, you had a
I'm
photo of
looking.
him on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
there's
you're
the
right.
gentleman. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So see, I have shown my husband.
right.
Um, I always my the joke I say, or what I say in response to that, is like, this is the second man in my life that I've ever had that is only for me. So
Wow.
I just want to keep it that way.
Right.
He's for me, right?
Did
But
he
yeah.
watch your videos?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Oh,
And
okay.
it drives me crazy because he'll have like binge, like he's really busy and he's not on social media. He doesn't really do social media or anything like that. So
Hmm.
he has his days where he'll sit in his office and watch my videos. And for some reason, it drives me crazy to hear my voice ringing throughout the house. So I'm
Yeah,
like, watch it later, like watch it in your
I
service truck,
know.
watch it, it drives me crazy. So but yeah, he watches all my videos. Yeah,
Oh, good.
he always wants to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I will never. Some people have told me that it's actually like an omen to um bring your other onto YouTube. Opinionated Sense said he was about to take that video down. No, I'm not. Y'all can see
Oh,
him. He would never. If I did a video with him, like he would never even be into it. It would be, he would be like, "What? What are we doing? What are we talking about?" So he's not into it like that. But no, I'm not. I wouldn't take the video down. I don't mind people seeing him, but him actually coming on camera, that will
telling
probably.
everybody, well, this is my favorite fragrance on Eva. He will never do that.
No, because he doesn't actually know the names of any fragrance. He knows, I'll tell you what he knows. He knows Tom Ford. That
Mhm.
when he's wearing Tom Ford, he can tell you that. But he tells everybody, my wife picks all my fragrances out. So he ain't into it like that. He'll say it smells good, but he's totally not into it
It
like
seems
that.
to be like that. There's always one person that's into fragrances and the other person that's just like, whatever,
Right.
whatever. I want to smell good.
He doesn't know the names, but he has got to a point, because now he has so many fragrances, and he said that he wants to have as many fragrances as I have. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
so we just gonna be poor up in this joint, right? How we gonna have two people? That would be like having two addicts in the same house. Like,
oh
how we
wow,
gonna survive, right?
wow.
That's not gonna work. Not at all. So about the crazy questions, I said it would be fun if we did 3 things that people don't know about us. Most people don't know about us. So since you're a guest, I'll let you go first.
Oh God. Let's see. 3 things. I should have thought about these questions beforehand. I love to cook. Like I can cook.
Like chef it up in the kitchen.
Yeah. Like I'm
Cool.
confident when it comes to my cooking.
Oh, now what's the best thing you cook? What's your favorite thing to cook?
People always ask that, and seriously, like I cook everything. I cook Asian food, I cook Italian food. Like I just really love to.
Really? Oh wow.
I don't cook because I'm Jamaican. That's another thing. That's my second thing. So I only have one more left.
Now I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I don't cook a lot of Jamaican food, but I do love to cook.
Oh wow, okay. I did not know you were Jamaican. That's definitely something none of us knew, or I didn't know anyway.
See, that's 2 birds with 1 stone. So I only have one more question left.
Well, that makes it easy. Someone said Riley Murray said Jamaican in the house. All right, so what's your third one?
Oh, we're not gonna alternate back and forth.
Oh, you want to alternate? Oh, I thought you went 2 in a row. I thought you were just okay, we'll alternate. I have a really good one.
Okay.
I used to teach women's pole dancing.
What?
And let me clean this up right now. No, I've never been a stripper, because that's always the first thing people will ask. Have you ever been a stripper? No, I've never been a stripper. Yes, I used to teach women's pole dancing, pole fitness. Wow. Let's call it pole fitness. Yeah. So that's something that a lot of people don't know about me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And did you know how to like climb up on the pole and spin down and do all that stuff too?
I know how to do everything. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to be really into fitness, and so someone actually sent me, my ex-husband actually sent me a poll when he was in Iraq, and he sent it to me back at home, and he said, I want you to learn how to use this. And I was like, what? So I got it, and I just kind of kicked it over in the corner of my office. And then one day I was like, I'm gonna put this thing up. I was like, and when you see women do that, like on TV, or if you ever been to a gentleman's club or anything, you're like, oh, I could do that. Easy. Yep. It looks easy. And I put it up, and I was really strong and really fit, and I couldn't climb the pole. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I had to drive an hour away from where we lived to actually take the classes. And I would go down there all the time and take classes. And so I was teaching fitness, and I would tell some of the women that I was actually doing that. And they were like, I want to learn how to do it. I want to learn. So then I started teaching them. But yeah, I did that for a long time.
That's amazing. I've been to a couple of pole dancing classes, like with friends for birthday events and things like that. And you work muscles that you never even knew you had.
You never knew you had. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it is crazy. Like, and once I started doing it, like I was already strong, but I got really good upper body strength, and my abs were like, washboard. I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, I had to be really strong.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So your turn.
Okay. So if anybody follows me on Instagram, they'll see that I love to travel. Like before the fragrance thing, I wanted to start like a travel vlog or something like that. But then COVID hit, so that everything changed. But I love to travel, and I love beach vacations, but I don't know how to swim.
Really?
I can't swim.
You should learn how to swim.
And every time I'm gonna get taught how to swim, I just like the fear just takes over me, and I'm just like, nah, just pass me a pina colada, and I'm just gonna lay out.
No, you got to put that on your 2021
I'm gonna get it done
list.
every year I say I'm just gonna take the plunge, I'm just gonna do it. But then when it comes time for me to do it, I just freeze up and I just get scared. I'm
Yeah.
terrified of like large bodies of water, but I love to go to the beach. I love to be in the pool. I love to go on vacation, but I just don't want to be in the
In the
water. I want to be
water.
by the water.
And you sound like my husband. Like my husband doesn't know how to swim, and I don't think he wants to learn how to swim. I've tried to teach him how to swim. I could never be the one to do it because every time I tried to like help him like back float and things like that, it's almost a fight. And it's like, no, you're gonna kill me and you. But he doesn't want to learn how to swim, but he loves the water. And we have a big, huge swimming pool. And it's
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't you like to get in it and do some laps? And no, he just
Well,
likes
see,
to
y'all
dangle
have a
his
pool.
feet.
I feel like y'all have a pool, so he should know how to swim.
He really should. Yeah, he really should know how to swim. So I really want to hire somebody this year to come here and teach him how to swim. Like I feel like it's necessary, because I'm like, what if you were cleaning it one day and you just accidentally like fell over
Fell
in
in.
it or something? You never know what could happen, right?
Right.
You know what? And I hate to say this, I want more of us to learn how to swim. We need to learn how to swim. It's a necessary thing to know how to do. You never know when you might have to at least learn how to tread water, so that way because do you like boats?
I love boats. You know the
Yeah.
thing, I blame everything on me growing up in the Bronx. And I grew up with two very strict, very sheltering parents. So even when we went back to Jamaica, my father would be terrified of me going in the water. So I couldn't go in the water past like my ankles and my knees. So they never even wanted me to learn how to swim because they felt like I was gonna die in the water. Like my parents are very like they just so I grew up and I just grew up in the city and just never learned how to swim. I didn't start traveling on my own until very late in life. So by the time I started traveling, I'm already an adult and I'm like,
Yeah.
now I know fear. When you're young, you don't really know fear. So
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're gonna all be on you to learn how to do that. Learn how to swim. At least learn how to tread water.
yeah.
What's some let's see, I'm next, huh? What's my um Oh, you know what? One thing that a lot of people would never ever guess about me because people probably think that I listen to class. Actually, I like all kinds of music. Like I love reggae music. I love blues. I love jazz, but I love me some trap music.
I think everybody loves trap music though.
Right. Like, do you like the baby?
I listen to some of his songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Is he
him.
your favorite?
Do I have a
Is
favorite
he your,
song?
is he your favorite, the baby?
Uh, Probably right in this, day and
Mm-hmm.
age, because there's really nobody, that I'm really checking for these days,
Yeah.
because the music, this is how I know I'm getting old, right? Because I remember when I was growing up, like my dad would say, "Oh, that music sounds the same." And
Mm-hmm.
I feel that way now. I feel like it, like these guys all have this like rap singy type vibe thing going on. Like it all starting to sound the same to me. But yeah,
Yeah. I
I
even like
like
old school trap. Like
yeah,
Future and 2 Chainz, like that's my era. Like I love them.
exactly. That and Future definitely one of my favorites. 2 Chainz, few songs I like, but definitely love me some Future, like all the way back to like Tony Montana.
Yeah. Since Pluto. Yep.
Yeah. All right. And oh, you can throw one more in there since you did two at one time.
Um, Let me see. I said I love to cook. I can't swim. I'm shy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't I used to be shy. I used to think I was shy. Um I would never
When I
guess
get
that.
around a group of people, like I'm always quiet. I'm always the more quiet, reserved one. There's only a few people, like literally a handful of people that will see me, like really get to see my personality. But otherwise, I'm just the quiet one.
Are you shy, or are you just like reserved
I'm
among
reserved
other?
until like it takes me a while to warm up to people
Yeah, yeah.
because
I
I don't trust anybody.
talked about that before, how I used to, I used to think that I was shy, and other people used to tell me I was really shy, but I figured out later on in life I wasn't shy at all. It
Mhm.
was, I had to like do some self work, some self-esteem type work or whatever.
Uh,
But yeah, I would never guess that. Yeah, that's funny. All right, my last one. What's my mm, what is something that people would never? I think people know all about me. That's what makes this really hard for me. People
yeah, you're
know
really
everything
you're super
about.
transparent.
Yeah, they know. There's really not. What is? I don't even know. I don't know. Um, what would be something that no one knows about me? People know, well, I'm very domestic. I don't know if everyone knows that about me, but some people probably know that about me, that I'm very domestic. A lot of people see me, especially when they see me for the first time, like they watch, my YouTube videos or my fragrance reviews or whatever. They assume that I'm really kept and really, like maybe I have a butler and I clean my own house. I don't even own a Swiffer. I still have a mop and a bucket.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah. I still have a mop, a bucket, and a broom, like a regular
Mm-hmm.
sweeping broom with a dustpan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me
yeah,
too. I have a phone too.
yeah. And we'll probably always have what Veronica said, Eva tell all her business. Yes, I do. Okay, well, that was fun. So the people got to know 3 things about us that they did not know before. They didn't know prior to. So when I was on the last time, I talked about or when I was on with Bowtie, we talked about the whole this guy's name is like
Oh,
Derek.
Derek Jackson?
Yeah, Derek Jackson thing. And we can even take him out of it. But I thought it would be nice to talk about that whole like cheating thing with another woman. Like, our views on it and opinions
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Somebody, this is funny. I could not wait to talk about this. Like somebody sent me an email and they said that it was about some cheating that was going on in their relationship, and it was after Bowtie and I actually did the video last week, and they were talking about how their spouse has been cheating on them for a very long time, and they said something that just made me fall out laughing. They said that they wish they would have married an older man like I did so that they would not have to worry about cheating. And I'm like,
Mm.
child, that don't mean that. you know, I mean, what do you think? Older men don't step out on their wives? Like,
They'll cheat in a nursing home.
exactly, right. That the age has nothing at all to do with it. I think the thing about me is like I don't consume myself with that type of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because how old are you, AI, if you don't mind me asking?
Almost 40.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you know that once you get to a certain age, you don't, or you should not consume yourself with that type of stuff. Like, I think when I was in my 20s, I spent a lot of time wondering what he was doing, where he was at, where you going, who that is, who's on your phone, you know. And now I just have three rules for my husband now. You know, three rules. I'm low maintenance. Don't bring that chick to my house. Don't put that chick in none of my cars. And don't get that chick none of my money. Live your best life. We good.
Wow.
It's as simple as that, you know. Because I believe you cannot consume yourself with that type of stuff. Because don't you think that oftentimes we think, especially when we're younger, we think it's about us, right? Like we think, what could I have done to keep him out of the streets? You know, maybe I didn't give him enough. Maybe I wasn't communicating with him enough. And sometimes it could very well be those things, but for the most part, it's not even about us. Yeah. Yeah. It's not about us at all. Oftentimes it's about them and them doing what they want to be doing and being where they want to be at that present moment in time. So Veronica Perkins said he will get himself a 30-year-old. Yeah, just because a man is older, that does not mean that you are safe from that type of stuff.
Right. The only way you're safe is if he doesn't have any legs, no eyes, and no arms.
Right, exactly. Let me read some of the comments. Shantae said, "Do you like cleaning, Eva?" I do. I get in the mood. I get in the mood and I will tear this whole house down. And typically that happens on a Saturday, you know, when you put that good old school trap music on, like we just talked about, and you just tear the whole house apart. And then get mad because you got to put it back together again, clean everything. Shannon Ireland, hey guys, what's going to be your signature color for the summer?
Oh, I can eat that.
What's yours?
Yellow. Yellow's my favorite.
Yellow. Yeah, I like yellow, but I just, you know, I'm orange, fuchsia, purple, whatever. I just like
I also love that fern green kind of color, that bright, not that neon green, but that, what is that? I think it's called like fern green.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
that color.
Yeah, I saw a blazer that color that I really want to get.
Color is really, like, all the designers, when I'm like, I'm not going out, but I do go to the mall and I go to the stores. Everything is colorful. And I feel like it's because last year we went through such a dark period that they're bringing back all this color for this year.
Yeah, everything this year is really colorful. But for me, everything every year is really colorful.
Me too.
I just love color. Like,
me too.
And it's funny because when I was younger, I was like the black and white girl. Like everything I had was black and white, you know, and I didn't have a lot of bright, colorful stuff. And then I just had this moment where I was like, oh my God, I'm so in love with color.
Colors are fun. You feel happy, you look happy, you wear happy colors.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I love color. AI, do you own or do you? Yeah, this is a great question. Do you do your own editing? Your videos are the bomb. So creative. Love them. And that's from LV Lover Seattle. Seattle.
Oh, yeah, I do my own editing.
Yeah, you do an amazing job. You should do my editing. So I'm so not good at it. Riley Murray asks, AI, do you have any children?
No. I'm not seeing any of these Oh, I see it now. No kids.
And Marcy Does It says, I'm into flesh tone browns right now. I'm going to carry it into summer, I believe.
I wear neutral colors too.
Oh, yeah.
I have my moments where I feel like neutral. I have my moments when I wear black, but for the most part, especially in the spring, summer, I'm all about color. Because I mean, I'm on the East Coast, so our winters are so
Yeah.
long and we're wearing like drab colors the whole time. So when I get a chance to wear color, I'm like, you're gonna see me. You're gonna
Yeah.
smell me, you're gonna see me.
Right. And in that order, smell me first and then you're gonna see me.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love you guys have like the best shopping there. Like whenever I come there, I get in so much trouble with like baggage fees and everything else from I just lose my mind shopping.
This is what
The
I
best.
always say. Like I wanna move, like I would wanna move to like a more rural area because you get more for your money than being on the East Coast. But the
Yeah.
shopping, like I don't know what I would do with myself.
You
When
would go
people
crazy.
when people message me and they're like, "Oh, I can't smell this fragrance because I don't have a Bloomingdale's, I don't have a Neiman Marcus." I'm like, how are you still surviving? Like, I don't even know what I would do with my life. Like, seriously, it's crazy.
Yeah. We have Saks, Neiman's, and Nordstrom here.
Okay, you're good then.
Kind of because they don't none of them really have an amazing fragrance selection. Like none of
Uh,
them have like when I went to Atlanta, for instance, their Bloomingdale's has like Amouage, House
mhm,
of Sillage,
mhm.
Hermetica, Source, all these different houses. Ours, our Saks has a few Tom Fords and
Oh.
a small Killian counter, more like a Killian kiosk, and Bond number 9, and that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And Neiman's, I think Neiman's has a pretty decent Tom Ford selection, but our Neiman's has what's that? Oh, I cannot think of the fragrance house. It come when you get it, it comes in like a round box. Aqua de Parma. Is that
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, Aqua de Parma. They have that, but that's
And
pretty
I don't
much
even
as
own
good as
any
it.
any of I feel like that's just pure water.
It
Water.
is. Yeah, I don't have any more. I had like I think Bergamoto di Calibria. I sold that, and Fico di Amalfi. I think I had that,
Mhm.
and I don't have that anymore either. Yeah, water
I feel
actually.
like those fragrances are for people that live like on the equator. That's it, they get really, really hot and they just need some cooling citrusy water that's gonna disappear and it's gonna spray back on them. That's what that reminds me of.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, not even worth spending your money on, in my opinion. Just
Yeah.
very weak. Um, I I bought I'm when I smelled Bergamoto, I was so in love with it. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be the perfect summer scent. And I sprayed it on in like 10 minutes, it was gone. And I don't mind reapplying,
Mhm.
but I just had to keep putting it, keep it. I was like, yeah, this is not. So I had a fragrance sale and I sold it. I had actually bought the body lotion that went to it, and I
And it
sold it.
didn't.
So,
Mm.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what fragrance I like that doesn't have great performance, but I still love them? The Aqua Allegoria line from Guerlain.
Hmm.
I love
Oh,
all of them.
yes, absolutely. Oh, what's the one? Limon.
Human Bird.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
love that one too.
live for that. Isn't that when it's hot outside? Oh, that is so good.
It has fig and lemon and lime. I love
Yes,
it.
absolutely. I have that. I have like I think I have like 3 or 4 from that. Yeah, I don't mind that line. I don't think they don't have the best longevity, but it's not
They don't.
terrible.
But
Yeah.
because I just love the scent so much, I yeah, I love those. I was thinking about getting the new one. I forgot the name of it, but there's one that came out earlier this year. I want to say it's like Mandarin orange or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, I think I saw that on Fragrantica. Now, do you like amouage?
I don't, and I'm very afraid of amouage. From
Why?
what I've smelled, I'm just like, yeah, this is not for me. You just know when a brand isn't for you, and I just know the bottles are beautiful, but I just know they're not for me.
Yeah. What have you smelled? What did you?
I don't remember the names, but there was one in a light yellow bottle, and I thought it was Sunshine Woman, that popular one. I never smelled that one, but there was one in a light yellow bottle. I smelled one in a pale purple bottle.
The light yellow was it really salty and really like
It just wasn't. It just wasn't good on my skin.
probably beach hut woman. Yeah. Six Figure Day says figs can be different. Yeah, I like a good fig note
I
though.
love any fig. Green fig,
Yeah,
sweet fig. Give me the leaf. Give me the. I love a fig.
yes. Riley Murray at Keisha, I can't even get Amouage or Raja scents. Yeah, that's why I have to do most of my damage online, you know, which I don't mind doing, especially now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still kind of touchy about going into the stores and actually smelling and, you know, because like a lot of the stores here, it's really no different than it was pre-COVID that, you know, like Saks, whatever. Now the essays have to spray your strip for you to smell,
Yeah.
but you can still touch stuff and,
Oh,
you know,
really?
yeah.
Some stores up here, like it depends on where you go, but for the most part, I don't touch any bottles. I haven't touched any bottles since COVID, but they're really at Nordstrom. They're like, "Oh, help yourself, girl." And I'm like, "No, can you spray it for me, please?" Because they're thinking they're doing me a favor by telling me I can spray it, but no, I don't want to spray it.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch the bottle.
I'm glad that there was this thing that I talked about. I talked about this in a video one time, and some people said that I was being petty for talking about this. But I will be the first person to admit that even prior to COVID, I've always been a germaphobe.
Me too, right?
So you know how I don't know if you remember this, like pre-COVID, you would go to Saks or Neiman's or something and the essay, you would ask them to smell something, and the essay would get it, and she
Spray
would
it.
spray the card, and then
And
she would smell,
yes,
and then she would do like this. And
and
one day, I just went so crazy one day. I was like, why do y'all do that?
yes, yes,
And they told me that their reason for doing it was to smell it first and make sure that the alcohol had gone out of it before they handed it to the customer because they
listen.
knew that the alcohol was gonna maybe turn the customer off.
Mm.
And I was like, let me help you. Do this. Spray it, shake it, tell the customer to wait a minute before
Right.
they smell it. Let the alcohol go away. Give it to the customer. Don't ever put your face on
Yeah.
it. And then, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't understand that. And they do that now with COVID. But I always tell them
do that.
like that cards gets wasted and they have to do another one because
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I could not take that. That that is horrible. It's like we don't know each other like that. You can't put something up to your face and then give it to me and I'm gonna put it up to my face and no, not a
It's
good.
crazy. And that's how it's little things like that that make me see like how the virus spreads so much. Just little things like that, you know? Before we were wearing the mask, before it got out so much, like before people were like knowing what this thing was. It's just so many ways that you could get because people are too familiar with each other.
Absolutely. People are way too familiar with each other. And then you have people who have been like completely heartbroken and destroyed since all this hand washing stuff has been going on because they never washed their hands pre-COVID.
Right.
I mean, I have been in the bathroom at work before and been in a stall and heard flush, bang, bang. And it's like, girl, where'd you go?
In a restaurant, it's so gross. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
it's so bad. Yeah. So those
My
people.
my mother always gives them a side eye, like she always let it be known, like, but I don't care. But it's just Yeah, people are crazy.
Yeah, they really are. But yeah, it does. It we I think it's amazing to see how close we are to one another, but also how, people on the other side of the world have at some point in time come in contact with somebody like
I know.
in your small circle,
I
it's crazy.
know. It's super crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's why they say small world.
Yeah. That COVID is the reason why I started my channel.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I needed something to make me sane. Like I needed connection to people, but without having to really connect with people. So this was the perfect thing for me.
Yeah, YouTube is great for that. I mean, to still, like you said, be able to connect to people, from a distance,
Mm-hmm.
actually. Yeah, it really is. I thought you had started before COVID. I didn't even.
No, I started, my first video went live on June 30th.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, your channel's grown really fast, though.
I
Yeah.
know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's good, though.
Yeah, I'm happy. I, it's crazy because I was like, when I started it, I was like, okay, so hopefully by June 30th next year, I'll get 1,000 subscribers. And like, that's what I was thinking in my head. So when I made 1,000, I was like, oh, whoa. I was
Yeah.
happy when I made 100.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know why I thought it had been like 2 years.
Oh,
That's
no. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a year, June 30th.
Yeah. Now, are you gonna stick to like 100% fragrances or?
No, and I actually started to veer off a little bit. Like I want to do luxury hauls and luxury reviews, and I want to do vlogs, like travel vlogs. That's like one of the things that I really, really want to do. But
Yeah.
we're not traveling right now. And even I started to incorporate vlogs in my channel, like when we started to go out, like August and September, but then they shut everything back down again. So
Hmm.
it's just like, all right. But no, I want to incorporate other things. I definitely want to have fragrance on there every week, like at least twice a week. But once, because I upload 3 times a week, but at least for one time, once of the week, I want to do something a little different.
Yeah. Now, what's your opinion of like the whole Fraycombe and fragrance review thing since you've been doing it just for the past almost year?
In terms of what?
Just in terms of the way that it works, is it, I don't know, is it profitable? Is it fair? Is it, just how do you feel about it? How do you feel about Fraycombe as a whole?
I think it could be profitable if you look at it as a business and not just I love fragrances and that's, you know what I mean? But if you look at it as a business and incorporate what you love into your business, then I
Right.
think that'll make, people succeed a little bit further. But for me, within my little space, like I've always watched you and Sheree, like that was long before I had a channel. But what I noticed about people, like the reviewers in the community that I'm in, it's like people want you to succeed, but just don't go past them. So once you succeed and you go past them, it's like, oh, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I noticed. It's very, 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 very competitive. And I don't understand why, because there's like a gazillion billion people in the world. And all
Right.
those gazillion people can watch you, they can watch me, they can watch us all.
We can all eat, right?
Yeah. Nobody's
Yeah.
holding subscribers hostage. I don't understand it. But
Yeah. That's probably my least favorite part about Fraycom. And YouTube, period. Like, and it's obvious even to subscribers and to people that watch. And that it's obvious because, like, say for instance, you and I sitting here having a conversation, people will be like, oh my God, you guys, I'm so glad to see you guys talking to each other. Like they expect us to hate each other,
yeah,
And at the end of the day, it's like, why would we hate each other? Like there's enough food for us to all eat. Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a women thing. I'm wondering if the
I
men have
think it is. Yeah, I think it is to a certain extent, because I'll tell you this, the guys do collaborate, and come together more so than the women do,
yeah.
because there are a lot of women that you will never see them collaborate with anybody. You'll never see them in a review with anybody, on live with anybody, but um it's crazy. It has to change, because, and I feel like if that part of it changes, then I feel like we can win,
Mhm.
we can only win if that part of it changes. Because if you think about it, I think if you're 100% a fragrance reviewer, unless you are three people, Jeremy fragrances, actually,
Mhm.
I'm going to say two, unless you are two people, Jeremy fragrance and Demi Rawlings,
Mhm.
and you only do fragrance reviews, it's really not that profitable for most people, and especially not for us, because brands are not choosing us the way that they're choosing, exactly, in the
Mhm.
way that they're choosing other people, for collaborations and brand deals and things like that, and in the beginning, it didn't bother me. I would always say, I don't care. I got enough money to buy my own bottles. But it's not about that,
Right.
because now I think about like people like Killian and different people like that. And it's like, Killian, you see me over here. I've been rocking with you since like
Since
the
yeah,
early 2000s.
yeah, since you had a haircut.
Huh?
Since you had the haircut, you've always been talking about kissing on your channel.
Yeah, before I ever even touched YouTube, and so we don't get the same brand deals, the same recognition, and it's not cool. And it has kind of really made me back away from even reviewing or promoting certain fragrances and certain products,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, think about this. If Killian had to do a commercial on TV, that's going to cost him a lot of money, right?
Mhm.
Versus sending a fragrance reviewer a bottle of perfume and having them review it. There's a possibility that the video may get 20,000 views. It may get 50,000 views, depending
Mhm.
on what I'm talking about. It may get 100,000 reviews. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
So, and when you promote brands like this, like we do sometimes, these brands see us and they know that when AI does a video on such and such a fragrance and people start blowing up their site, they know, but they choose not to acknowledge it. And so I'm like, I'm done with all the free publicity, so to speak. I'm going to promote the brands I want to promote. Of course, I'm always going to share things with the viewers that, I'm in love with and that they need to know about, but it has to get better. That I feel like it has to get more fair
Do
across
you
the
reach
board.
out to companies?
Huh?
Do you reach out to companies at all?
Never. No. Mm-mm. Never. I think I've only reached out to one company, and that was Swiss Arabian, I think. And they never responded back. And I was like, do you know how many people bought Casablanca
Mm.
because of Eva Monroe, but no, I don't. And I never knew that people did that until a reviewer told me that, oh, you should pitch to brands. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Um, but like I said, there are some people out there, Raja, like with his latest campaign, he reached
He
out
reached
to
out to everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. I have mad respect for that. That it was a good thing to me, and then I was kind of like, okay. But the House of Siage, and different companies like that do acknowledge and they do reach out and show their appreciation.
Mhm.
I have mad respect for them, but the others, mm-mm.
Yeah. Tiziana Terenzi, you don't really talk about that brand much on your channel, but they reached out to me when I had less than 500 subscribers.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. They saw my first review was on Tibet because I've been wearing Tiziana Terenzi before YouTube, but I had Tibet before YouTube. And like if I had to describe myself in a fragrance, it would be Tiziana Terenzi. Like their fragrances are unique, they last long, they're super beast mode, whatever. But they reached out to me when I think I had maybe 300 and something subscribers. So that brand, like I'll rock with them all the way to the end.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm like 12 bottles in, or 12 or 13 bottles in now. And now, so the thing is, their distributor, the fragrance group, they now carry BDK, they carry Parfums de Marly, they carry Nishane, they're going to get Creed. So they're really like growing as an online retailer as well. So yeah, I'm good with certain fragrances, and I'm so appreciative of that relationship.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always good to have those type of relationships. Yeah, absolutely. Do you like Kirky?
I have it, and I want to like it because it's so fruity, and I love fruity fragrances. But it's different. It's like a different. It's almost like too syrupy sweet. Like I can't. I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna revisit it again.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite, and I've only worn it in the house. Like I've never worn it out. I have other fragrances from the brand that I'm like, oh, this is astounding. Like Kirky is just, I don't know. I think it may be too sweet. I don't know. It's just
very sweet and very reminiscent of Xerjoff's Herba Pura, I think.
That's another brand that doesn't work for me. I want a Xerjoff so bad. Yeah, the ones that I've smelled, especially the new one in that pretty like citrine colored bottle.
Oh yeah, about that one. I've seen that one up for sale more times than I have saw people searching for it. One day I was scrolling through one of the groups and it was just like neon green bottle after neon. I was like, why is everybody selling this fragrance?
Okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't just me, because I wanted to love that, because I'm like, this is my color. I love that color. But other ones I've smelled from the brand, I think I need the Casa Marati line.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Start out with Bouquet Ideal.
Okay.
I think you'll like that one. One that I actually had got a long time ago that I really didn't pay much attention to, it was one of them like got it at a cheap price, set it on my shelf, is La Tosca. La Tosca is stunning, especially this time of year. Yeah, really nice. Yeah.
Do you own any Memo fragrances?
I have African leather, and I'm gonna buy Centra. Yeah, because I had a 5 ml decan of Centra and I love it. I smelled it. I was like, whoa, what is this? Really nice.
I had that in my holy girl. That's like a holy girl for me now.
Do you like African leather?
I like Oriental leather better.
Really?
For me, I do like African leather, but I don't like it on me. On me, it smells too masculine.
Yeah. I even have I don't know why I have it, but the hairspray. Ordered the hairspray from Bloomingdale's. And I don't know how I feel about the hairspray. The way that it comes out is kind of crazy, like not like a hairspray, but more like a body spray type. Yeah. Yeah. But I like
nice and Oriental leather. But I'm gonna revisit those like when it gets closer to the fall. But I'm loving that house now. And their fragrances last really long.
Yeah. So we had another topic. We're going to talk about how to spot fake friends.
Ooh, child.
Do you have a fake friend story?
I mean, I don't think we have enough time for that, Eva.
We have plenty of time. We got more time than we got money.
Right? money's in our closet. I have a ton of those experiences, because the thing is, I used to be a person, like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I would just meet someone. This is from like high school days and coming up. It doesn't happen to me now, because now I told you I don't trust people, because I've been burned so many times by women. And it's so sad, because I've had more like closer real bonds with, like, I'm talking about since high school, like with men than women. And it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But
Is your picker off?
you know what it is? I'm always giving people the benefit of the doubt. And
Yeah.
I've learned, like, after I turned 30, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. No, now you're guilty. Now you have to be proven innocent to me. I used to be like, oh, everyone's innocent, and oh, she's a nice girl, and she's not crazy, you know. But even like, yeah, it's
It's hard. I think, especially when you're in a certain situation in your life, it can be hard. New friends can be hard, but you just have to, like, um your picker. I learned that that's what my issue was. My picker was off, and I had to have some work with actually even knowing how to be friends with other women. It was hard for me for a long time. Yeah, because
what do
I
you
was
mean?
always, huh?
What do you mean, how to be friends?
Like, just how to have close relationships with other women. Because I always had like guy friends, a lot of guy friends, and I thought it was normal. My mother, she didn't have a lot of female friends, and so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, there's nothing wrong with having a lot of guy friends,
Mm-hmm.
until I started to open myself up to new female relationships and building friendships with different types of women, because I always had friends that um were like me, were doing the same things I was doing, and especially in my broke days, broke behavior, and your friends are broke and you're broke and y'all trying to figure it out together, and
Mm-hmm.
then I had to say to myself, okay, this doesn't work for me. Like, I don't want to be broke. She's cool with being broke, I'm not. So I need some new friends. I need to hang around with different women. So I started hanging around with women who were doing things that I wasn't even doing. Maybe things I had never even thought about doing.
Yeah.
Or maybe some stuff I did think about doing. Like, I was working with this guy, and he used to play golf all the time. And he told me that his wife played golf. And I was like, I want to learn how to play golf. I really want to learn how to play golf. And so he got me together with his wife, right? He was like, I want you to meet my wife. Y'all gonna go out and play golf together. So I was so excited, because I always thought, like, rich people play golf, right? I want to
Mm-hmm.
play golf. I go out, I get myself a set of golf clubs, a golf outfit. At that point in time, I had like a convertible Mercedes. So I was like so proud to sit my golf clubs up in my convertible and drive to the but yeah, golf was not my thing, but we're still really good friends. She was a different kind of person than the other women that I had been used to hanging around. So yeah, I think sometimes it's all in our picker, because when I hear women say, and I say this all the time, you probably heard me say this, like, when I hear women say, I don't trust other women, I don't have women friends, all my friends are males. I'm like, oh, that's so, like, it doesn't work forever.
You know what it is for me? I started in the music industry, like as a stylist. So people that I hung around were like party girls. We got dressed up.
Oh
We
yeah.
were hitting the New York night scene like 5 nights a week. So I was hanging out with girls like that. We were going to basketball games and hanging out with football players and basketball players. So that circle of women, it's like how can I say, everybody's all out for self because everybody wants to come up.
Right.
So I was
Absolutely.
hanging out with people like that instead of like friends that I've had since. But then the thing about it is my lifestyle was so different from people that I grew up with. They got married early, they had kids, they had like normal jobs. Me, I'm traveling, I'm in the industry, I'm with athletes and rappers, and my lifestyle was just different. And it's almost like survival of the fittest when you're in that type of business. So
Right.
everybody's just trying to do them. Like, yeah, we'll hang out and we'll go to dinner and we'll go to the club and have a good time, but
Oh yeah.
I really don't have your back because I'm really trying to get this position, or I'm really trying to get this guy, or so I've had experiences like that. But then I realized, like you said, with the whole picker thing, the circle that I was in and trying to have friends in that type of industry, no one is real because nothing is real in the music industry or in the entertainment industry. Everything is
Right.
fake. So
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like, I think that if I was in that type of situation, I probably wouldn't have any friends that were doing the same thing I was doing, because I imagine that could be hard. Yeah.
but the thing about it is, okay, on a Saturday night, do you want to go to TGI Fridays with your friend from high school with the kids in the high seat? Or do you want to go to Mr. Chow's with these girls and then we're going to go to this happening party after? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
I would go to TGI Fridays with my friend from high school. However, I would ask her to please find a sitter. Because I want to hang out with whoever is genuine, right?
mhm.
Now, there's a time and a place for, that whole scene and that whole thing, but I
But
go to
what happens with that
TGI.
is people that, in my experience, people that you grow up with they see you in a certain light, or how they think they see you, like, oh, you're this person. You said it in your video the other day, and I think I commented like 35 times, like, girl, you
Yeah,
preaching the word right now, because then they think that they change towards you,
they do. They
and when
do.
you are around each other, it just feels awkward and different and weird. So it's just
Yeah.
like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
That's hard. That was hard for me because I was like, I was trying so hard to still gel with her, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I was trying so hard to gel with her and to still be able to relate to her and her gossip and her broke ways, that I was dumbing myself down, like really literally, like trying not to. um I would ask her to go on vacations, and she would say, oh, I don't have I don't have money to go there, this. I'd be like, okay, well, let's go here instead. Like, let's go somewhere we can drive. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to maintain the friendship and still trying to make sure that she can see that I'm still me, but at the end of the day, I had this conversation with her one day. She said, you changed.
Right.
And I said, and that's okay, but you didn't. And that's a bad thing. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? You
yeah.
didn't change. Like, you're still the same. We've known each other for umpteen years and you're still the same, and you cannot be angry at me, or you can't be mad at me because I changed. I wanted you to change too. I actually tried to help you change. I tried to bring you, but you didn't want to come.
Mm.
So yeah, that was hard for me at first, but now it's like, you know, hey, I'll meet you where you at when I feel like meeting you over there. Yeah, but I see what you're saying, definitely. Yeah. But like I said in that video, those people will weed themselves right on out of your life. You
Yeah.
won't even have to say goodbye at
Uh,
all. Yeah. And I'm not famous by any means, but I had this little situation where I dealt with someone. The thing about um I I have met some amazing people, just since I've been on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people that I can honestly call my friends, but I had to learn that you have to know that some people genuinely have a motive. Like some people just want to see where you live, child. Like, some people, you know, and I had to learn that, and I had to learn that the hard way. Like because I am sometimes Mrs. Officer friendly, right? Like I just want to be, I'm cool with you. I'm the opposite of you now. Like I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
But my picker be working overtime though. Cause I can see you from a mile away. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you, girl. You up to no good coming over here,
Wow.
Hilarious. But like I say all the time, like I could not even live without having female friends, It's a necessary part of life, especially you ain't married. So if when you're married, it's very necessary, I tried to have to keep my guy friends close when I first got married. And my husband was like, because when I tell you I had a lot of guy friends, I mean, I had like, I would date guys and we would end the relationship for whatever reason, but we would still be really good friends, like not intimate or anything, but we would just be really good friends, right? So we would have parties, like I would always have big birthday parties and things like that. And I would invite them all, right?
Oh.
Like I mean, we're friends. And so one day with one, my husband was like, really? I was like, but he's my friend. And then I had to learn, like, okay, we keep those friends over here and
See, I don't have any. I do have guy friends now, but we're not like it. It's people from the like in the industry that I know that we have like relations, like professional relationships that turned into friendships, but not like we're not going out to eat or anything like that. And my circle now, like of female friends, is like really small, and I love it. I have a lot of associates and acquaintances, but in terms of like friends, I mean, I can count them on one hand, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The smaller, the better, especially the older you get. It's like I don't need 500 friends. Absolutely not. Now, do you think this is always a topic that I hear people debate all the time? Do you think that men and women can be really close friends after they have had an intimate relationship without being intimate again? Or do you think there will always be some smoke there?
I don't know. I'm coming from a place where it's like if we had an intimate relationship and we're no longer in a relationship, then I don't want to I'm done. Like I don't even know who you are. Like I don't.
Really?
Yeah. Because we in a relationship, that's also a friendship. Like you're intimate, but you're also friends. You should be. So if we're
Right.
no longer friends, then like you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make any sense because like it's like you're in an intimate relationship and also a friendship. Like your partner, your husband, whomever should be your friend. So if the relationship doesn't work out, then you didn't work as a friend. So you can't be friends now after because you weren't friends in the relationship. So how are we now friends? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I could kind of agree with that and then disagree with that a little bit as well, because I think that some people are not supposed to be in a committed, intimate relationship, but they can just be friends,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's possible. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the intimacy, it just takes it to another place. Because I feel like if you can maintain a friendship outside of the relationship, and I'm going to say relationship, then why couldn't you have that friendship while you were in the relationship?
we may have been friends. We may have been able to maintain a friendship, but maybe he was out being friendly with other people, or
And that
maybe
means he wasn't your friend, because your friends respect you. Your friends will, like, you trust your friend, right? You respect your friend. So if you're really my friend, you don't want to hurt me. So you're not going to be outside of the relationship. You know what I mean?
yeah, I can agree with that to a certain extent. Now, when it comes to men, I don't know though, because men view all of that type of stuff so different than we do, right? Intimacy and all that type of stuff, because they can,
Some men.
some
Yeah.
men, I won't say all men, but some men view all of that different. Like they're not all, their lives are not all wrapped up in their intimate encounters,
Uh-huh.
where ours pretty much for the most part they count,
Mhm.
Yeah. And I don't know. So do you think that if ever a man steps out on a woman, does that mean that he doesn't respect her? He's not her friend. He doesn't, or
Yeah,
he really?
I
Yeah.
do. I do. And that's like a deal breaker for me. And
Yeah.
I've had experiences in the past like that. And yeah, you know what, this is okay. Do you remember the movie Sex and the City? Did you ever watch it?
I
Okay,
don't think I ever watched you mean like the movie or the
yeah,
show?
the movie.
No. Uh-uh.
Okay. So this is the only, and I can only use this as an example. Steve cheated on Miranda, but Steve was a really good guy. Like, he was a good guy, and he cheated on Miranda. But they were having so many issues, and she was so mean to him. And I don't want to say she made him, but in a way, she kind of made him. So
Mm-hmm.
when he did it, and he felt so guilty, and he was just distraught, and he was the one that told her. She didn't find out. Like, he did it, and then he told her, and he was like distraught about it. I think if I was in a situation like that, then maybe we can move past a situation like that, because maybe I was doing something to push you away, or whatever. Not that cheating gets a pass, but I would reconsider in a situation like that. In any other situation, like you just being like really disrespectful, like you're smiling in my face, but then
Yeah.
behind my back you're with another woman, then you're fake to me. I can't trust you. I don't know. Like, that situation is different. But if you can feel that vibe, and that person comes to you and says, we haven't been on the same page, and I stepped out, and I'm so sorry, I won't do it again, and whatever, that's a different situation than just somebody just being super just disrespectful.
Yeah,
Like
kind
Derek,
of. He was an honest cheat.
he was, oh my god, like, that is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't know how she even could. I just, yeah, I don't.
Yeah. I guess it all has to do with like how you cut people off, And I have taken every past experience and used it as a major learning tool. And I always say, like, anybody who is an ex of mine, I am so grateful for whatever lessons they
Mm-hmm.
taught me in the course of our relationship. I don't hate them. I don't, dislike them or any. And some of us, we can still be friends, but we just didn't work out. We were never going to be husband and wife, or we were never going to be in, a good, solid, committed relationship for whatever
Like,
reason.
if you dated someone, like you just went to dinner a few times, and you realize our energy, like, we're just not working, we're not compatible, then in a situation like that, maybe you can learn, okay, like, I'm not attracted to you, we're not good like that, but maybe we can be friends. But
Right.
I don't know, in the other kind of way, like, if you had a relationship and you love that person and they hurt you, I just feel like you don't deserve my laughter. You don't deserve my energy. You don't deserve to be around me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know who you are
Yeah.
at this point. So yeah, my exes are like, who are you? Like, did we ever meet? Like, yeah, no, mm-mm. And that's not bitter. It's just you don't deserve to be like, you don't, like, you benefit from friendships, right? Like your friend is benefiting from you and you benefit from your friend. Like that's how a relationship should be. We benefit from
Oh,
each other.
in a good friendship, yes, that's
Right.
how things are supposed to be.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you hurt me in the past and I can't trust you, then you shouldn't, like, you don't deserve to benefit from what I have to offer, especially if you feel like you have a lot to offer someone, which I feel like I have a lot to offer, then you don't deserve that anymore.
Yeah. I definitely see what you're saying there. Yeah, absolutely. Let me look at some questions.
Okay.
One Neo says exactly, I would not bother with an ex. LV Lover Seattle. It has to do with your self-respect. It's not about the man, rather how much you love yourself. If you love yourself, you will not have a man disrespect you by cheating. Butler Rue, forgive me for being late. Welcome. Let them go. We broke up for a reason. I don't go back to the past. I don't hate them, but they got to get out of there.
Yeah.
I block all exes and never look back. Maybe I need to grow up.
Yeah. You
All
look back,
my
you're gonna turn
exes
into a
can
pillar
kick
of smoke.
rock. They are exes for a reason. So I guess everybody says like exes are a no.
Yeah.
Your ex is an ex for a reason. Hello, goddaughter. Yes, Butler. Okay, yeah. So I guess everyone says your exes are your exes for a reason. Let me look to see if there are any. So do you guys have any questions for either one of us? We're here. Ask away.
Hey, Cassandra.
6-figure days, kick rocks, periods.
And that's on Mary had a little
Yeah,
lamb.
sometimes I do not believe you have so many doubts anyway.
Somebody said, did we ever date? Exactly. Have we met? How do you know my name?
There is nothing like peace of mind. Veronica Adams says, hey, AI.
Hey, Veronica. Hey, friend.
Are you guys in lockdown? We are somewhat. I was gonna ask you that. Are you getting a shot?
Yeah, I am. At first, I was like, hell no, y'all ain't turning me into no zombie. But now I want to, because I want to travel. Like I haven't traveled in over a year, and to travel without the vaccine is not gonna. I don't know. I don't want to travel without it, especially like I don't want to go on the other side of the world without the vaccine. So yeah,
Right.
we're gonna.
Yeah.
But I want to wait still. Like I'm not about to get it next week. I want to wait and see how everybody else. See people start growing beards and they can't look at the light.
Right. I had an appointment yesterday and I missed my appointment like on purpose. And I just got I have had a flu shot once in my life, one time. And that's the only time I've ever had the flu. Like, I was deathly ill. And I mean, like, for like 3 weeks, I could not get well. And it's the only time I've ever had the flu shot, only time I've ever had the flu. So my husband got his, and well, he got his first shot. And
Really?
So, yeah, we're going to Vegas next week. And so, we were like, okay, we need to get our shots before we go to Vegas or whatever. And I just chickened out like at the last minute. I was like, what if I get sick? Like if I get sick, I'm going to be sick for 3 weeks. I'm not going to get to go anyway, Yeah. I don't know.
I know, that's the thing, because you never know how it's going to react on your body. I've never gotten a flu shot either. Yeah. And I'm fortunate I've never had the flu because I'm a germaphobe. So I don't really get sick time.
Exactly that. Yeah. I have minded my P's and Q's better than most people I know. I went to brunch one day. Someone invited me to go to brunch, and this was about a month ago, probably a little less than a month ago. And my husband said, "Oh, you just dining out all of a sudden?" And I said, "What do you mean all of a sudden?" He's like, I literally had not been in a restaurant since February of 2020.
Oh
Period.
wow,
Not at all. Neither one of us. Like not
wow.
in a restaurant, not doing that door dashing and all that type of stuff. No. Um, I just have got to the point to where like I went out of town week before last,
Yeah,
and I'm kind of starting to move around a little bit. With mask, of course, with
right.
mask, with two most of the time.
Yep. Me
Um,
too.
I got a little bit. Let me tell you what is really scary to me, and I see how this happens. When I was around my family, when I went out of town, I got a little bit too comfortable,
Yeah,
and like, because I walked in the door at somebody's house, and they're like, "Girl, take that mask off your face. We ain't got no COVID.
that's exactly what family says. Yep.
We ain't got no COVID over here." I'm like, "Shit, I don't know." Yeah, so I don't know. My husband's like, "You better go get that shot." I'm like,
How did he feel?
he didn't. I think he had a headache. He's. I've been gardening, right? I've been busy. So I
Mhm.
haven't been cooking for like the past week. Okay. So we've been doing a little bit, we've been living dangerously around here. He claims that he had a headache because of the fact that I wasn't cooking food and we
That,
were eating crazy stuff.
but you
But
blame
I
it on
think
the vaccine?
I think it was the vaccine.
Oh boy. See, when I hear stories like that, because a friend of mine got her first round and she just felt so she just was exhausted. She said she didn't even know how she made it home. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Dubai worth it? Because I just want to travel. So I'm like, I want to, that's why I want to get it. Because
Mhm.
I'm like, can I just build up immunity without getting the vaccine? But
Yeah. I don't know. I have my sneaking suspicions that two people that I was around and in clothes, like in cars and in houses and things with in December of 2019, I believe had it because
you
both
were
of
sick early in the year in 2020,
huh.
right? You were sick early in the year in 2020, right? I
Mhm,
remember that. Do you think
mhm.
you think you had,
I think both of them had it because they were both diagnosed with pneumonia. Both of them. And they're not even around each other. They don't know each other, but they both know me. But they were both diagnosed with pneumonia and they were both really sick, like for like weeks, you know. One of them for like a month. So
oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was thinking. A lot of people that were sick from like late December into early January that thought they just had the flu. I'm like,
right.
it might have been,
Might have been COVID. Right.
we dodged a bullet because we went to Africa in October of 2019. We went to Dubai and we went to Africa. And, thank God, like, we came back and everything was fine. But October it was really close to November and December when everything was raging in Asia. Like, when
Right.
I think
Yeah.
about it, I'm just like, wow, what if somebody on our plane had it? Like, it's just
Yeah.
crazy.
I said the same thing because I was actually, when I started hearing that it was so bad on the East Coast, I was like, oh my God, I was on the East Coast and like at the end of last year. Was it the end? Yeah, the end of last year. And so, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I've been exposed to it, but you never know, you
Yeah,
know. So I want to woman up and get the shot, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like eventually they're gonna make us all get it. Like, if you want to be amongst society and you want to work and travel, like, it's definitely
Yeah.
gonna be mandatory in a couple of years. they're giving us an option right now, but it's definitely going to be it's like you either get the shot or live underground, because you can't work. You won't be able to go to school. You can't come into this mall. Like, you won't be able to do anything.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure I'll end up getting it, but
Yeah.
like my husband today was like, I'll take care of you if you get sick. I was like, I don't want to get sick from getting the shot. That's the whole thing. I know you'll take care of me. You ain't got no choice, but
Great.
and if I get sick now, I'm probably not going to be better by the time it's time for us to go, so I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me.
Usually I would give an encouraging word, like, you'll be fine, but girl, I don't know.
Like, I can't help you with that one.
I don't know. That Will Smith movie is just in my head. Like, I cannot get that out of my head now.
Someone said, who is Verna Perkins said, even we must talk about Kevin Samuels in the near future. He hates women.
But did he say something crazy again?
I don't know. I try not to give him any shine. I don't know. I don't know, child. I have a whole opinion on that whole situation right there. It irritates me.
Yeah.
I don't like to mention his name, but because whenever people mention his name, he swears up and down they're trying to get views off of him.
Oh boy.
But have you ever watched any of his videos?
I have. The crazy thing is, like, 2 years, like, I've always watched fragrance videos, and if I put in like a fragrance, like, I've seen a Bond number 9. I have Bond number 9 signature scent, and I really love that fragrance, and he has it, and he talks highly. Like, I watched his review when he was talking about fragrances. So I don't know when he made the transition from fragrance reviewer to woman basher. Like, he hates women. So it's just, I feel bad for him. Like, I really feel bad for him.
Yeah, do you think one thing that he talks about a lot of times or oftentimes is how masculine we are, how masculine Black women are? What do you think about that? Do you think that we suffer from masculinity issues, or
I wouldn't say I feel like masculine is maybe strong. Like, Black women are strong. We do have a strong presence, but I mean, it's just in our nature because of, like, all what we've been through. Like, we bear the brunt of everything on our backs. So, I mean, how could we not be strong? So some men are intimidated by that. Well, a lot of Black men are intimidated by that, and they feel like, I mean, I have a really strong opinion about stuff like this, so don't get me started, Eva.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. I feel like a lot of us do have a lot of masculine energy, but at the end of the day, like you said, it comes from a place. And some of us, we don't have a choice. We are brought into the world with this and carrying these burdens and these things on our backs and all of this. And so we're bound to have some masculine energy, but
I think it's good to have both.
I
think it's good to have both. Like, to be
I think everybody, that's where the misunderstanding comes in at, because I think everybody has both, honestly. Now, sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with having both, but now sometimes some men have a little bit too much feminine energy and some women have a little bit too much masculine energy. But yeah, most of us definitely have both.
You just have to know when to dial it back.
Absolutely. That's the thing about it. You have to know when to dial it back. And we also have to understand that it's only beneficial to us because I believe that masculine women attract feminine men. And I
Mm.
believe that from my own life. Like I used to wonder, dang, why do I keep getting these men? They don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to do half the stuff I know how to do. Like I know how to, I could take a toilet out and replace it. you
Oh
know,
wow.
but um women who have a lot of masculine energy, we just naturally attract men who have an excessive amount of feminine energy, right? And so it only benefits us to sit in the softer side of ourselves, because I talk about that all the time. Like I believe in that, and I believe that the right man appreciates a little bit of both, but
Hmm.
more femininity than anything else. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. But that, yeah, Mr. Samuels is just a personal shopper. Who cares what he thinks?
Is he a personal shopper?
I don't know. I don't know what he does for a living. I think he's a, oh, you know what? I think he's a stylist, AI. Maybe you guys have worked together at some point in time.
So he's a self-proclaimed stylist.
Yeah.
He had, well, as a stylist, I had no time. I had no life. Like the whole glamorous getting dressed up. No, you're schlepping bags and you have 13, 14, 15-hour days. You don't have time to sit on the internet and bash women. So I don't know what he's styling exactly.
Well, yeah, that's someone says I feel women need to cherish men who are responsible and good. If
Yeah.
you don't, then it encourages bad male behavior. Yeah, and that's another thing. I think a lot of men who are deemed as regular men feel picked over by us. You know what I'm saying? Like they just feel like, women want this certain type of lifestyle, of course, hypergamous by any means. And so the regular guys who are working regular jobs, they're doing regular things, but they're regular, legit good men
Mhm.
are just kind of picked over, because women feel like they're not good enough. But
Mhm.
so yeah, I do believe that we need to value those regular brothers because they count. And
Right.
everybody, one thing that I do agree with that he talks about, I do agree with this, is that everybody will not have a high value man, will not have a wealthy man, because there just are not enough of them to go around. So some of us are going to have to settle for some regular brothers, especially if we're regular sisters, right? Because
Right.
one thing we're not honest with ourselves about the fact that the women who are not regular women, they're ultra feminine, they're gorgeous, they're drop dead gorgeous. They really do get to pick or they get picked by
Hmm.
the wealthy, sometimes bums first, right?
Right.
So that's the only thing that I agree with that he's saying is like, yeah, there's some good blue collar, regular wage making men out here in this world who are going to be good fathers. They're loyal. You know,
I
they're
think
masculine.
a lot of things that he says is not wrong. I think it's when he puts women down and his delivery and how he says certain things. Because there, like you said,
Right.
there's a couple of things that I've heard him say that I remember feeling like, okay, that's not bad. But how are you gonna say like who's a high value man and who's a good looking like average woman? Like when he says stuff like that, that's when I just tune out because it's just like I can't.
Yeah. Somebody said, I believe if people are willing to grow, you can build an empire.
Yeah.
Um, Aya says, I do not agree with you when you say this, Eva, that we have to settle. No, I'm not saying settle. I don't think I is it Aya or Aya? I don't think the term settle is kind of offensive when you're talking about a great person who happens to be a man. No, I'm not talking about settle by any means, but what I was saying is that I'm just using the term that most other women use, is that regular guys, they get picked over all the time. And it's not settling by any means if you end up with a man who's a good man. I would rather have a man who is loyal, who is a family man, who's masculine and taking care of business in the house, that is making just probably enough for us to live comfortably with our combined salaries, than to have a very wealthy man who is out in the streets doing whatever he so pleases. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't see you're in the mansion like by yourself.
Right. I think settling, because this is also something that I hear about this all the time. It's like, I don't have to no, never settle for a man who is abusive. No, don't ever do that. Never settle for a man who doesn't treat you like you deserve to be treated. Never settle for a scumbag who, because I say this also, you can meet a high value man or a man making 6, 7, 8 figures who's selling drugs or doing something illegal, which does not make him a high value man. Don't settle for that type of mess. I don't believe in settling, but I feel like we have to be careful of what we call settling. Like women, we keep saying this. Like, I know a woman who has a good man. He's good. He's good to her children. He makes decent money. Now he can't buy her red bottoms or anything like that, but he's a good man. And she feels like she's settled for him. Well, okay, we'll get rid of him then and go out here in these streets and try to find somebody else. Because I'll tell you what, I will not be doing in 2021, 2022, and that's trying to date somebody. I would not, I don't want no parts of it. It's horrible out here. So yeah. I mean, that I just hate that word settle, and absolutely. And when I talked about in a video, I said this, and women got upset. I said, when I got married, I made a decision prior to getting married that if I ever got married again, because I had been married, that I did not want to start from the bottom and work my way up. I was not interested in doing that. It could only be a situation where things would be taken care of, right? That was the only thing that, I mean, I had done that before. And so I was too old for that. When you get to a certain age in life, you're too old to be starting completely over with somebody. And not only that, I had put myself on a level that I felt needed to at least be somewhat met. I could pay my own bills. I could take care of myself. I had my own car. I had my own everything, my own house, so I wasn't willing to start to go with somebody who was like sleeping in a cardboard box. That wasn't going to happen. Somebody said, what good are red bottoms if the only place you go is Walmart, fast food places? No, absolutely. You need to have somewhere nice to wear those shoes. Nina Glam.
Like once he gets you the shoes, like can he take you to the dinner or wherever that you're gonna wear?
Absolutely, right. Like, does he have a red bottom? I even talked about that in a video. I said men can trick you with that type of stuff. They can, not pay the cable bill or the water bill for a month to take you out, and fancy you up, take you shopping or whatever. And and then 6 months down the line, you find out like when the cable gets cut off, like, oh, you didn't have any money anyway.
Oh, wow.
Mona B, thanks for clarifying, Eva. Tiffany Ray, my husband is regular, but when we got married, he stepped his game up. We've owned and sold and reopened new businesses together. And that's what it's all about. Sheila said a whole word here. You attract what you are. When you have worked on yourself, the right person will come. Facts. Big facts. Yep, absolutely. Self-development therapy. And that's another thing a lot of us don't understand. Like it's within you. Like if you work when you work on yourself and repair all that broken stuff and that messy stuff, then the right person will just come sliding on into your life. You won't even know how they showed up there.
Right.
You drop down in front of you. You're like, what the? All right. So,
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we have been on here almost 2 hours. Do you guys have any?
Wow.
Yeah. You guys have any questions for us? I don't think it's masculine when you're single, for example. Who's gonna make it happen? Only thing I agree with about him. Fit with Brit. That's what's up. Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. This was fun. Time always goes by.
Yeah.
So fast. But LaRue said it's hard out here in these streets. The pickings are slim. Narcissists on every corner. The pickings are so slim.
Yeah, and now
are too slim.
After 2020, it's like, you want to make sure the person had their AIDS test. So now you want to make sure they have their AIDS test. You want to make sure they have their COVID vaccine. Have been vaccinated. This is the world right now.
Yeah, it's hard out here. Like I could not imagine having to go on a date with somebody. I'm like,
my single friend is going through it.
I'm telling you. I told you I only got 3 rules for my husband, and I added one when COVID started: protect me and you by any means necessary. Other than that,
exactly.
Yeah, it's hard out here. Hold on to your good men, ladies. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, and because I told my husband, I was like, I would not do this again. Like I think I would be one of like I was before I got married. I was happily single, and before I was that way, I never understood women who were like, I've been single for 3 years and I'm good, and I never understood that until I was at that moment where I was
and you enjoyed it.
Happy. Yeah. Every minute of it, living my best life for real, like doing everything that made me happy and made me feel good, and learning about myself and learning to appreciate myself before I could learn to appreciate anybody else, Yeah. So I told him, I was like, if this thing don't work out, I will never do this again.
Right. Especially during a pandemic.
Exactly. Right. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And I hope you guys join. I will be here tonight with Bowtie and AI. I hope you come back again. This was fun.
It was fun.
All right. Good night, everybody. Stay safe. Stay well. Go get that shot if you ain't a chicken like me. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.